Now they're moving on to other stories. When I mean they, I mean like the new, like CNN and MSNBC and the local news networks are moving on. So this probably over over here on the on Imperial may have ended as far as any type of evidence, but it remains to be seen as far as any possible other alleged murders that have been conducted from this gentleman from other areas. And I do use the word gentleman loosely. What I see here in the Plain Dealer today, it says one of the articles is that that's been posted was that only 2 deputies checked sex offenders. Only 2 in the entire city of Cleveland. Is that a problem? Yeah, it's a big problem. And let me be very candid what I'm about to say. You have more police officers harassing law-abiding citizens because they didn't turn on their left hand, their left signal on in their car, or they made they made a right turn on a street where it says no turn on red. You have a lot of cops that are chasing law-abiding citizens and harassing them for frivolous speeding violations, non-moving violations, which really gets me going. And what about those cops assisting these 2 deputies in the entire county to check on sex offenders? An ounce of prevention could have probably helped a lot of these women that Mr. Sowell got to. But once again, when the city's priorities are about making quotas instead of solving crime, that's why the city is angry, and that's why a lot of people do not like the police, because we have cops in the city, and once again, all this tier 1 and tier 2 and tier 3 sex offenders. What is the purpose of having all these tiers if you only have 2 deputies throughout the damn county to investigate or keep an eye on the current sex offenders? It's a moot point. It's pretty useless to me. What good is that going to do if what's good of having a sex offender unit at all if you only have 2 deputies to oversee it? It's a waste. It's a waste of taxpayers' money. It's a waste of time. And the sex offenders, whether they know it or not, they're the inmates running the damn asylum. That's just the truth. Because what's going on here? What's the message being said after the point that 11 women had to die? Oh, only 2 deputies check sex offenders. That's not help. That's not making me as a citizen feel easy. And damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? So a sex offender's in your neighborhood. He's or she is checking out your children. You confront the person, and you give them a piece of their mind. The police can come tell you that you're harassing that sex offender, but yet, as far as checking the sex offender's activities, the first thing they'll say, well, sir or ma'am, we don't have that kind of time to check out a sex offender's whereabouts and their movement, and as long as they're not breaking any laws. Well, I guess you never know unless you try, right? just to try to at least monitor any behavior, monitor any activity. That's the word, not behavior, but monitor activity that these sex offenders do. You know, it's amazing where the priorities are. And the police have turned into nothing more than revenue police. They're police, sure, but they're revenue police. And it's more important to, once again, pull people over, give out parking tickets, give out some speeding tickets, always setting up speed traps in the ghetto, in the urban neighborhoods, okay? And victimizing us. But none of that gets said. None of that gets told.